Hello Sinistry fans again. Today I will be re-showcasing my minor saving GUI. It has been updated quite a bit and this will be a full in-depth review, so it might take a bit, but feel free to skip around if you want. So the first feature I will be showcasing is Auto-Rebirth, and basically what you just do is you select a layout, which these are the in-game layouts, and there's also external layouts, which I'll get to later, but so for this showcase, I'm going to just select layout 3. So the second layout is optional if you want to split, if you're an endgame player, or if you want to use like shop items, you can use that and the delay between layouts. But for this, we're just going to show you Auto-Rebirth like that. And it basically just loads the layout that we have saved in game, layout 3 in this case, and it runs the layout normally. And then once you get enough money to reborn, once the ores go enough things, it takes a while sometimes. Usually it's pretty quick, but yeah, then it reborns and it instantly loads it again, and it just keeps going till when it stops. The next thing is basically a config for that. So wait to skip. In minor saving you can skip lives, and basically you make this something and it will not rebirth, or the auto-rebirth will not rebirth until you have more than or equal to 20 skips right now. And you'll see that this setup always gets 20 skips, which is the max, so it doesn't really matter. The next thing I want to show is Auto-Pulser. Auto-Pulser is pretty self-explanatory. I don't really need to show that because there's no pulsers in this setup, but basically if you had pulsers in this setup, it would start a timer after your setups have loaded, and however many seconds after your setups have loaded, it'll auto-pulse. So like if you had ores, supernova, or hypernova, or whatever, just give your ores a little more money. Auto-remote, pretty explanatory. This is like delay you want in between each remote. Remote click, you can make all this to spam it, and you see the dark illuminator will light up doing things. Auto excavator, you get a excavator from the shop. Say this one, or turn this off. Let me just get some really quick. I think that's an excavator. Okay. Yeah. So if you had any excavators on your base, and then you want to activate them, normally you'd have to, click Z or whatever. Then with this, you can just hit that, and it'll just automatically do it for you. And that lagged a little bit, but it's fine. Next, crate TP. Pretty self-explanatory too. Teleports you to all the crates on the map, and all the minions that spawn. So yeah, that's pretty easy, and you can auto-open crates too. Let's say I wanted to open some inferno boxes. You can use clovers or not, and just start opening. And you'll see that you get an item soon once the box finishes opening. Put that there, and it just keeps doing that. If you want to use clovers, you just use clovers. And auto RP farm right here is pretty good too. So let's say you had a mine that you wanted to, or you wanted an RP farm. Palladium is a pretty good RP farm mine, I'd say. And say Scrap is the best RP furnace. So let's say you just wanted all of the ores to instantly go into there. One second, let me get that ore right. So yeah, say you want the ores to instantly go in there, you just type in, well, you don't have to type in the whole thing, you can type in quite a bit and it works. Turn this on and boom, all the ores start getting dropped instantly in there. And most of the text boxes in the GUI save, so like Once you have that there, you execute it again. You won't need to retype it or whatever. It'll just be there already. So next, I want to showcase Auto-Sack, which is a pretty new feature in my GUI, and it's really OP. So for people who've never played miner saving before, this is perfect. As you can see, I'm on a brand new account right now. Just made it and just loaded in, still on the tutorial thingy or whatever this is. So what you do, press begin. You can exit out the tutorial, and then you can just turn on auto sacrifice. What it will do is play the game for you basically. This will work until life 1000, and then it'll sacrifice, and you can turn it on again. It'll do sacrifice you again. Once you've done the second sacrifice, you're basically 90% done with the game, and it can still get you further than that. This auto sacrifice can get you to like 5,000 maybe of the second sacrifice, but it might break before then, who knows. But anyways, while this is running, I'll just explain a little about how it works. Basically, it uses an adaptive rebirth layout for the later lives, so it places whatever reborn items you get to reboot faster. The first couple of lives are pretty slow, like 2-3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes each, but as you get more lives, or it's basically what the game is about, as you get more lives and you get more items, then you'll reboot a lot faster. So auto-sack, at the beginning it takes about 2 to 4 minutes per life, but once you're at like 50 maybe like 30 even, or 40, once you get enough items, then it will start rebooting you in like maybe 10-15 seconds, and you can skip lives too. So one sacrifice from life 1 to 1000 usually takes around 90 minutes about, but it gets faster too for the second sacrifices, because you start out with the resetting item, which is really overpowered. But I'll just let this run for like 1 or 2 lives just so you can get the gist of how it works. First life you gotta collect some RP, and you gotta get to 50k RP to get the items you need, but it'll only do this once. Then we'll stop doing it for the next life. So yeah. As you can see, it got the 50k RP, then it started placing this layer, and it's showing the status here at all times. So this might break sometimes be a little bit higher because I don't know why it just does. But yeah, you see, normally people take about at least like an hour maybe on average, but this rebirth 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Probably shorter than that because I waited a bit before I started recording. But yeah, second life you don't start out with as much, so it takes a bit longer, but I'll show like half of this life and then I'll move on to Reboots. You get the gist. Basically, it'll get you from life 1 to 1000 and sacrifice you in about 90 minutes. And yeah, I'll just start speeding this up and you can watch the time lapse for this life. So the last thing I want to showcase on the auto farm tab is ore boost, and ore boost is really OP if you're like a midlife and you don't really get on the leaderboard, so the mods can't check your layout and ban you, but you don't want to build a setup and you want to reborn really fast. So what you do is you just spam a couple of layouts out here and put your resetting devices, which are really good. The resetting devices include Final Upgrader, Tesla Resetter, or the evolved version, which is for feeder, Black Dwarf if you have it. Let's see if I have it. Oh, I do have it. Do I have it placed already? No, I don't. So Black Dwarf and Dystrophy, which is a superstitious, which you probably won't have if you're in midlife, but this is really good. So if you don't know how to make a setup, just place down all your upgraders like however you want. A mine place and a finished place. And then you just select the layout here, same as Auto-Rebirth, and select 1, and then you turn on Ore Boost, and then you turn on Auto-Rebirth. And now what it will do is it will take the ore, go through every single upgrader, go through a resetter, and then all the upgraders again, another resetter, all the upgraders again, and so on. And then it will go into frames. And it'll do that automatically, and it'll do it pretty fast. So you'll see it rebooting pretty fast too. And there's not much to it, it's just pretty simple. It's pretty overpowered, and since we hard-coded a lot of the upgraders in this, it's a lot more consistent than some of the other ones out there, like Fex's, which is, like, when we tried this ore boost on the same layout, it made like E plus 50 more or something like that. But yeah, it's a little slower because it has to wait for the server-sided upgraders, like the upgrade tags, to go on. But it makes a lot more money. And it's not really that slow either. But yeah, next thing. The next tab is base tweaks, and in here there's 3 things. The first thing is the upgraded beam size change. So basically, if your railgun setup or whatever setup, if some of the ores aren't hitting 1, or like they're barely missing, then you can, like, for example, if it's not hitting quantum clockwork and you want it to hit, you can type here like quan, and type the whole thing. If you want to, you can, and then make the upgraded size like 15 maybe, and you turn it on, and ta-da, it just makes it bigger. And you can do 2 at once. You don't want to do, I made it only 2 at once because if you do too many at once, the mods will definitely like figure it out and ban you. And yeah, you can just do that, but I don't know why this one's not working. But you can try a different one. Maybe Angel's Blessing. Oh. Make this up. Angel's Blessing is right there, so yeah, there it is. I think this one doesn't work because it's not really a part. Or maybe it is working and you just can't see it. Who knows? The next thing, or I'll show Hard Avoid teleporter thing. So this account doesn't even have Hard Avoid, so I guess I'll show that after. But lock ore rotation is really cool. It makes your railgun turn. This railgun turn is really consistent, but if it's not, you can turn this on and it makes railgun turns a lot more faster and consistent. Basically, what it does is pretty cool. I'll make a little thing over here. Just showcase it. Drop some ores down. And what it'll do, it'll just lock the rotation of the ores so the railguns become consistent. And you can customize it to see which rotation fits your railgun turn the best. So you can go either way. And yeah, that's about it for that. Okay, the next tab is webhooks, and also for the last one, the Hard Avoid, I'm too lazy to go on another account to do it, but basically what it does is the Hard Avoid spawns some portable eyes that upgrade ores. It just teleports them to an upgrader you're choosing, so it'll hit every time. Anyways, webhooks are basically, you put the webhook link in there if you know what that is. If you could, if you don't know what that is, then well, too bad. Just put that in if you want to log your reboots. Basically, when you turn this on and you reboot with the Auto-Rebirth or Auto-Stack, it'll show this up in your Discord. I'll put a picture up here. And same for Shiny. When you get a Shiny and you have this on, it'll send you this thing, and here's the decimal one. And these all save between, like all of these save between executions, so you don't have to re-type or re-toggle any of this. And auto screenshot on Shiny is, it just screenshots when you get a Shiny, that's it. It's for like looking more legit, I guess, in the community. The next one is Leaderboards. So basically, when you go look at the leaderboards in game, you can't like keep rebirthing while looking at them. Just makes it so you can see the leaderboards. So you just click here, you select, you want to see highest life all time, maybe. Click that, it'll just show you the highest lives people all the time. And some of them, or like two of these, will be NA because these guys got banned for exploiting, so they don't show up on the leaderboard anymore. And daily, you can see all of them. And some of the leaderboards only show 25 because it's all there is. But yeah. Next is vendors, and this one auto-superstitious, which I'll show after. I show these ones. So this one is pretty simple. It just opens Craftsman wherever you want, and you can actually like make stuff too. It's not just the GUI. See, and Masked Man, same concept. And Spook McDuck, you can do that. And teleports are also pretty simple. You want to teleport to wherever, you just click this. Yep. And auto superstitious, basically what you do is you while auto farming, and let's say you wanted another Midas Blaster. Normally you would have to go through a bunch of shit, like look up what the recipe is on the wiki, place shits on your base, and then hope you get the catalyst or whatever. With this, you select one. If you have all the items required for it, like the recipe and stuff, then I gotta limit the order again. Yeah, so basically if you have all the items required for this, the recipe and the catalyst crafting, then once you rebirth with the Auto-Rebirth, it will do something. Come on. Why isn't it? Okay, there we go. And yeah, it'll craft it. But that's because I think this account already had a catalyst of fortune, so it just used that. But now that it doesn't have it, you'll see what happens. Oh wait, it unselects it each time. Oh my god, and it crashed my game. So now I'll showcase the auto superstitious. Basically, you gotta use it with Auto-Rebirth. So say I'm gonna use this layout and I'm just gonna start auto-rebirthing. But let's say you wanted a Midas Blaster. Normally you'd have to like go through a bunch of shit, look on the wiki to see what you need for the catalyst and like the recipe and shit. But this, if you click on this and you have all the items, it'll select it, and once you rebirth, it will auto try and get the superstitious for you, and then it'll craft it if you get it. See, it's a 30% chance, so you didn't get it there, but once you get it, it should auto craft it. Wait here a second. Alright, see, you got the catalyst and it crafts the Midas Blaster, and you basically get the super you wanted, and it unselects it so it doesn't keep getting it for you. Okay, the next tab I want to showcase is the external layouts tab. So basically what you can do is, if you ran out of space in here, like you have those layouts, you're out of space, then you can just, you want 3 extra layout slots, or I can add more if people really need them, but there's not really any need for more than 3. But like, let's say you wanted to put some interstellars, and you would save, and you withdraw all of them, and you load, and they load perfectly. And they also work with super complicated loadouts. So let's say this one. for example, this one, you want to save this, or if you feel like you withdraw all, and it loads super fast too, completely external. Look at that, I was lagging a little bit and it still loads that fast. And good thing is, like it connects with the platforms and stuff, unlike other exploits. This one took me so long to make. And another good thing is, if it's loaded from a normal layout, it will save the eval values as well, which is really nice. Yeah, so just to show you one more time, loads this fast. And I will do it one more time, and I will compare it to another layout with external layouts, and you can see how much better mine is. And his also doesn't connect to the platform. Okay, so the next thing in the layouts is copy layouts. So I have my friend in the server. You can type in a part of his name in the text box right here, and then you just press copy layout, and he has the same layout loaded, but it's on his base. You press the copy layout, and it loads up his base perfectly. And okay, yes, it saves the eval values. I guess he didn't have the first one set, but it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, another neat thing is I have that one saved in layout 1. So here you can auto-rebirth with external layout 1 as well. So see that. Yeah, and this is really good if you want to ore boost, because mods can load your layouts. They can also load your base in real time, but it's just a little bit safer if you ore boost with an external layout instead of a real one, because they can't load this. They can only see it if they're doing it in real time. But yeah, it works much like the normal one, and it was really hard to make, so I should probably use this. At least give it a shot. And the last thing, you might be wondering why I've been using that same layout through the whole video. It's because it's one of the preset layouts, and you can't really get banned for this, because this is one of the layouts from a YouTube video, so, and it works pretty good, so I just put it as a preset one. And it doesn't use any exotics, and you don't need any game passes, so, you know, anyone could build this once they get to the end game stage. And it's like 20 seconds, so it's pretty good. The next tab is MISC, so this is pretty standard, just movement, walk speed, and jump power. I have wing sound, so it doesn't really work right, but anyways, you have to point everything. The next thing is always day or night, because, you know, night's sometimes annoying, but it boosts some upgraders, so always night's pretty nice. And you click it and it'll just switch over to daytime. Same thing like nighttime. And explosion invisibility it kind of reduces your lag, but it's not really needed. It just makes your game look a lot nicer. Like, as you can see with this thing, it's like exploding and shit, but turn this on, nothing. Smooth. And this is pretty self-explanatory. Stop rebirthing at live, whatever number. Like, you want to stop rebirthing like 100 lives, just put like your life right now plus 100, whatever. Pretty easy. Stop rebirthing when you get a slipstream. You can select slipstream from here, or you can type, and you can get it. And it'll just stop auto rebirthing when you get a slipstream. Next, this one is really cool. Took me a while to make, but enable/disable checker mode. Basically, when you turn it on, it makes all the upgraders like invisible, and then it will make all of them red. You can reset to red here. And when you reset to red, it'll destroy all your ores too, so you can see it go through. And you can just basically see if your ores are hitting or missing whatever upgrade is. Like right here, it was missing that one quite a bit. I don't know if the creator of this setup was thinking, but it was missing that quite a bit. And yeah, you just see if you're missing any upgrades. If your ores can be soft, it will just quickly reload the setup, so it's not invisible anymore. Next thing's pretty easy. You don't gotta pulsar down, destroy all ores. It will destroy all your ores. And keybind, this is optional. The default one will be none, which is like this, but I like to have it on X. And you click X, just destroys all your ores. Whatever you need. You don't even have to have this open. You can just click X and it will destroy all your ores. And before, or I'll show you optimize game. Basically what that does, it will destroy everything in the map except your base. So it'll just make your game run a little bit smoother if you have a laggy computer or something like that. And that's pretty nice, but you can't really use crate TP with it because crates will fall through the map. Okay, so next we have auto presence, and auto presence, like the event's gonna be over in like 1 or 2 days, but it doesn't really matter. You can use it if you want. Just place a presence layout or a layout that produces presence with the silicone mine and that furnace, and then it'll just automatically create the presence and deliver them to Santa for you. Universe TP, I'll get back to that. Spoofer, stat spoofer I'm using right now, so no one can see your name and shit. And character spoof makes your character look like this, so no one can tell who you are from the character. And invisible base is, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just makes your base invisible. If you want to stream or something, since mods can load your layout, just turn this on and they can't see shit. And you turn this on too. Yeah. Invisible base. If you want to turn it off, then you turn that off and you reload your base. And it all comes back to normal. And then the last tab here, themes save across like all executions or whatever. It saves into your workspace folder, much like basically everything else in the layout. You can edit the themes, like make custom themes, which are really cool. And they save completely, so, and just don't make two of the colors exact same RGB values, because it will mess up a little something in the saving, I think. But yeah, other than that, like yeah, it's just themes. And there's also 3 preset themes. There's this one, the blue one I was using, and a white one, a white theme. Review and all that stuff. And next we have minimize GUI, this, and this one, you click that and then get the Discord link copied. So yeah. Alright, so Universe TP, you can do a lot of shit with this. You just click on any of them and it'll teleport you to that place. So for example, you want to do the void, just click on it and wait a bit and it'll teleport you. And then once you're in here, you can, or once you log in, if you execute the script again, it'll show up this thing, and you just press complete void maze and it'll automatically do it for you. It takes a while though, because if you do it too fast, it will like kick you. If you like get to the end before 30 seconds or something, it'll kick you, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, just automatically does it. Same with John Doe, the John Doe Arena Challenge, which I'll show after. Okay, this is taking a while. I'm gonna just end it. You get the picture. Okay, now I'll show the John Doe shit. So you just click on this and it'll teleport you there. And then once you're here, just wait till you load in and then execute the script. And I don't even know if you're supposed to wait until after this or not, but I'm gonna just wait till after this thing, the dialogue is done before turning this on. Okay, can you talk faster, fucking bitch? Okay, so now you turn this on, it'll teleport you up here, and then watch the zombies die. Look at that. Perfection. Turn the graphics up here. Watch this. Round 2, equips your sword, kills all of them. Okay, and it just does this for all 12 rounds, and you get all the rewards and shit. Okay. And that's it.